What's the title of this series?
Currently untitled.
Hi, welcome to Unfiltered, where we share with you our journey to making the first episode of the Bungsu story. This project was in collaboration with the Filterworks Productions for the Creative Core b.r.l's 2017 movie season. We bring to you behind the scenes as well as interviews from the people that made the project possible. If you haven't already, here's the teaser for the first episode. Thanks for coming in. Special announcement today, you guys have a new student.
What an award, huh? First Bruneian to ever get it.
Adi. My name's Adi.
You know, this torture genius act is getting old real fast.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I'm the associate producer for this currently untitled series.
And can you talk a little bit about what your role involves or entails?
Well, as an associate producer, I pretty much help out with the small little trinkets of stuff that they need help with, be it like holding onto the boom pole or getting some food for the actors and things like that.
Is this your first time being a part of a project like this?
Yes, this is my first time being an associate producer. It's my first time being on set of a series or a film.
Could you talk a little bit about your experience then overall?
It's actually quite wonderful. Nothing like I've ever experienced before. It's a full day's work, which I really, really respect for all these people who are behind the scenes. And yeah, it's very, very different. It's very unique.
Could you maybe share with us some specific tasks that you had to do?
Well, besides getting food, I think one of the main tasks as an associate producer, I actually handled the boom pole, which is the dude holding the stick from behind the camera so that, you can hear the actors talk. Yeah.
Was it what you expected?
I guess so. I think coming to this kind of I've done a few projects where one in Singapore and one beforehand for the Creative Core, where I had to hold on to the boom pole, so it was good practice. So I guess coming into this series, I was a bit method for holding the boom pole.
What do you know now that you didn't know before about this industry?
I think it will be a generic answer compared to all the actors and anyone who's part of this project, is the fact that one scene can take 2,000 takes just to make it right, just to make it perfect. That's the one thing that I really, really learned to appreciate coming into projects like these.
Why does it take so many takes for just one scene?
I don't know. Why, I mean, I'm not a film director, nor am I a editor or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that, certain things that might happen during a scene, like someone in the back sneezing or someone walking and making noises, it might disrupt the one take that you had. So I think it's best to take a few, just so different moments in the scene is captured perfectly when it comes to editing it and cutting it and putting it all together. So I guess that's part of the reason why I think that you need to take 200 takes.
Before the production started, there's auditions. How much were you involved in the pre-production?
Not much actually, but seeing is that even though I was not part of the audition scene, it was nice to see that the talents that were chosen did quite an amazing job. They did very, very well, and yeah, they're very, very convincing as the character that they played. Yeah, apple pie for drive-through. So yeah.
Were you not involved during the audition? Weren't you the one hosting them?
Oh, I was sitting outside during the audition, and I hosted them to go in, but that's pretty much it.
Yes,
But
could you talk a little bit about that?
things to do with like being inside, watching them, do a monologue or something like that. I wasn't.
What was
there.
your role during the day?
My role during the day was just to chauffeur or escort them and just inform them what they need to do, wish them luck before they go in, don't be nervous, those kind of things.
What about the other times when you're involved in the actual shooting day, like the first day and the McDonald's day?
First day was you need to wake up early, and that's one thing that I'm not really good at. But coming in, I had to do what I had to do. So same thing as what I did during the auditions for the first day. So I chauffeured them around. I disseminate the information that they needed to know from the production team themselves. I handled the groups, the group of people, the group of students that were in different sets of scenes. So yeah, anything that they needed, I will help them and I'll assist them in anything like that. So taking attendance and all that stuff. It wasn't boring at all. I guess when you contribute something like this, at least it's not like you have nothing to do. You're always constantly walking around. It's tiring more than boring. And I think on the set of the first day, it was particularly hot. I'm pretty sure everyone agreed. I was like sweating most of the time. Yeah, so yeah, nothing boring at all about it.
What about McDonald's scene?
Oh, McDonald's was a lot of fun. Especially we get to see one of our fellow producers being in the cameo, seeing him practice a one-liner over and over again. It was pretty funny. But it was really, really nice. It was a good experience too because members of the public were actually part of that film. You get to see customers in McDonald's just looking into the camera, staring or shouting while you're filming. So it was quite challenging, but at the same time it was quite fun, I guess. I think post-production, there's, to think that, oh, we're done with the filming doesn't mean, the work's done there. I think if not, there's more work to be done than not. Things like, advertising, marketing for the promotion of the movies, shooting behind the scenes, things like that. And then also, especially just to make the film all perfect, editors and the directors would need to ensure that during the editing of the film, it needs to be perfect. So all the 200 takes should be well worth it.
Did you find it at any time challenging?
It's always challenging. I believe that, you shouldn't like not do anything much in life. I think, whatever time you have left on earth, you should make the most use of it. I think given a few years back, I wouldn't do such things. I would rather sit at home and play video games. But I think, as of late, with our studies over and done, I think I had little time to like try and play video games. So after coming home from work, I tried to play video games, and I found it like, I don't know, I feel very jittery sitting down at home. Like I feel like it's weird to be more at home than not at home at all. So yeah, I think the lesson to be learned here is that, it's better to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that's the lesson to be learned here, that I would wish to pass down to anyone that I meet. Or yeah.
Did we ask about balancing the life?
Yes, that was that.
Correct, right, my answer.
That's not correct. What?
Huh? I'm thirsty.
What was your biggest challenge, if any?
Biggest challenge, be punctual. I think biggest challenge would be punctual because, it's not easy to balance school, work, and this, but knowing that you need to contribute to the team fully, you need to be committed to a project fully. Being punctual is the most difficult one, I guess. So yeah, but when I'm at work and on set, I try to contribute as much as I can. I try to do the big things I'm not needed, but the little things that are needed on set, even I think it was interesting because I helped one of the girls, the leading actress, cry because I provided IMO, little things like that, so it makes the scene better, right?
And biggest highlight?
Biggest highlight is working with people that have a strong passion for this project. You can see a lot of the people here, they come in, day out. They come in at the earliest of the break of dawn and until the very late of nights, and they don't complain, they just want to get things right. Not just get things right, but done perfectly, done well. So I think that was a great highlight for me, like watching these people act from behind the scenes, and then watching the camera crew especially, of how the angle should be filmed, the lighting, even the sound, like, everything was structured very, very well. And yeah, it was very, very nice to see people working with passion, and none of them ever complained about how tired they were, especially with all the gritty, demanding days that they had to film. So yeah, it's good to see, and it teaches me a lot.
Did you have to go back and forth from and to the sets to get some stuff?
Not exactly, no. Not exactly, no. I guess only personal matters where I had to drive people around from airport to home and then come back to set. I think that was the pretty much the only time I left the set. Yeah.
You didn't buy refreshments or drinks?
That wasn't me.
Okay.
So I had to carry the refreshments from the car to the set. I think that was pretty much my role. And then serving it like the lunch lady. And that was me.
You did kind of mention it, but exactly on the first day, what did you do in the green room where people were waiting?
Right, so my job in the green room was just simply to disseminate messages that needed to be sent from the crew to the talents and vice versa. So it was just basically to keep everyone organized. Everyone needs to know what they were doing on that day, what time they needed to go down, and also the refreshments. So anything that the crew needed, like just as simple as tape, I'm there. So that was much of my task. Like much of my task revolved around that, keeping things tidy. Yeah. So biggest takeaway, I would definitely say working with the people that I was around. It's a different industry to work in. It's not a norm for me to work in a filming project, but getting to see the people in this industry and how they function and how they work, it's not that easy. So an hour and a half of film doesn't mean it requires a very short time. It takes weeks, if not months, even to a year to get things done. And the crew behind the scenes do not get as much credit as as much as they deserve. All we see is the talent in front, but we don't know the people that are running it behind the scenes. So I think that in itself is the biggest takeaway, is to learn how to respect people that are actually invisible most of the time.